How's it going, guys? My name is Mark Pontarelli. So why do I think that I'm one of the best candidates? Well, I'm a trained actor. I have been for 10 plus years, and I also have a lot of experience with live entertainment. I also think that GTV is kind of a perfect fit for me. I love gaming. I think it's fantastic. And I think that, especially after the year that we've had, gaming is very, very important to people. It's brought a lot of people together in a very, very positive way. And if I can just be a small part of that process to really just bring everyone together and keep everyone really excited about gaming and things like that, then I think that I am the man for your job. So I hope to see you soon. Hi, my name is Mark Pontarelli. Hi, I'm Mark Pontarelli, and welcome to Esports Insider. It has just been unveiled that Global Esports Network, GTV, is planning on expanding their programming. This means more of your favorite top players added to teams, and even more action. Packed tournaments. Stay tuned as we take a closer look at who will dominate the esports world in 2021. So tell me, what do you do when you get a pair of 100 Thieves with Rockstar Energy? A dynamite combo. The North American esports Phenom team sealed a partnership with Pepesco's Rockstar Energy drink. The deal will see the two parties collaborate on a whole range of content and interactive experiences. Together, this is big news for the strong and steady growth of esports entertainment. Paris Hilton has started off her 40th trip around the sun in rockin' style. Carter Room, Hilton's steady boy toy, whisked her off to a private island and frosted her with green sparkles. You know, every lady's favorite shade of green, emerald. This is Hilton's fourth engagement, so we're really hoping this one makes it all the way to marital bliss. Mike Tyson is back, baby, and no, not as a hanger-on in the Hangover series. He is back in the ring and ready for fight night. Tyson is slated for a fight with Roy Jones Jr. as they are officially signed on the dotted line over a COVID-friendly Zoom call. Let's go, Iron Mike. Everyone has a plan till they're punched in the mouth. Am I right? How's it going?
Oh, I'm doing quite well.
We got Preston here. Very excited to have you here.
Mark here.
Oh, thank you. Well, you know, it's always great to be here. Oh, sure. Yeah.
Right here. Well, we got the name cards right there.
Okay. All right.
Good deal.
Well, Preston, it's great to have you here, man. How have you been?
Thank you. You know, I've been pretty good. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
think I've been better.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm glad to be
Well, I
here.
mean, obviously, you know, we got, COVID and pandemic things.
Oh,
so
yeah.
obviously, I feel like everyone has been really getting really into the video games and
Oh,
stuff
sure.
like that.
Yeah,
so,
that's been out.
I mean, so what would you say your number one video game that you, even if you don't play games, what would you play if you were to go into quarantine?
You know, like I've heard a lot, like huge amounts about the Fortnite.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
people, like younger kids, like I'd say,
Yeah.
are just super into that. And
Yeah.
I mean, they can connect with their friends and
Yeah.
really get after it.
Exactly. And you know what's cool about that is that there actually is a crossover. So everyone that plays Fortnite has discovered like these like Fortnite dances.
Oh, sure.
And then they put those
Right,
Fortnite dances on TikTok.
Right,
and
yeah.
that's just like a
definitely seen that
huge thing
before.
right now. Like everyone is just doing Fortnite TikTok dances. I'm seeing them all over.
Yep.
Do you
You
have
know,
any of
like
those?
no, I've never actually like been a part of a Fortnite TikTok dance, but
So,
I've
but you know,
definitely-
like, the
I
moves,
have,
right?
Like scrolling through Instagram,
It's like you kind of
It's
like
like,
pump
yep,
and
yeah,
then you
down
like
a
bring it
little
down and then you kind of like
Yep,
yeah.
you just gotta like move with it, and
Yeah.
I know that like a lot of people are just super into it. And
Yeah, it's fun. It's super fun.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. For
Do
me,
you
I
get into it?
Oh, absolutely. I do. I started playing a lot of Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild.
Okay, sure.
So that's for those of you that don't know. Legend of Zelda is a Nintendo Switch game.
It is.
Came out in I want to think 2016, 17, something like that. Very big phenomenon game. It was a huge game. One of the first from the console. But the problem is it's an open world concept. So something like Skyrim or something like that. But it has so much content in it that it almost was a saving grace that I was able to use quarantine as a way to really spend my time and collect everything, collect like every nook, every cranny of this game. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, it sure sounds like it.
Yeah, for sure.
That's awesome.
For sure. Yeah. I mean, so I think that pretty much the most important thing is if you had to boil it down, you have a Nintendo Switch, you have a PlayStation now 5, and you have an
That's
Xbox
right.
Xbox
Is it
One.
Xbox One?
Yes. So out of
Xbox
those
One S,
three,
yeah.
One S, is there
One
one?
S. I think there's a 1S now. Yeah.
Really? Okay. So
believe
if you had
so.
to choose out of the three, what would you pick and why?
I'm more of a fan of like the A, B, and the C. Like like the PS, PS2, PS5 now.
Oh,
like, I
I
remember
see.
having a PS2.
So more like
and there
old
was,
school
like, right.
consoles.
There's like the O, there's the Y. And,
Oh, gotcha.
so
Yeah.
There's a square, and I guess
Oh,
I
so you
would
like
kinda
so you
go-
like PlayStation?
Yeah, I
Okay.
think so. Yep.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like more used to that.
Do you have any
thing.
friends that had like difficulty getting the PlayStation 5 over the holidays? Because I know I had a lot of trouble finding
really?
it. Yeah. Yeah.
I've not heard much about that, but I can definitely see like COVID being an impact on that just because of shipping.
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
I remember ordering things and
Yeah.
it takes so much time.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
There was so many
people.
people trying to buy this console. It was insane. Like no joke. There was lines out the door for Walmart, Target, like
yeah.
everywhere, and people were still finding ways to like get them. Like I knew this guy. He actually pre-ordered 12 PlayStation 5s,
Really?
got them all, and then resold them double the price. The guy made like 10 grand in a week. It was unbelievable.
Oh, my.
I've never seen anything like it. I mean, that's
definitely
just
see
like
that.
10
Yeah,
grand
yeah.
in your pocket, just like pocketed from PlayStation 5s. It was awesome. It was so cool. I mean, I don't have that kind of entrepreneurial spirit. Is that how it's entrepreneurial spirit to do that? But seemed like a pretty good idea.
Yeah, I'd say so. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. Have you ever played Xbox One though?
I played like I actually had like an actual Xbox. The Xbox.
the
It's like
original,
that big. It's like probably that thick.
Like a suitcase.
Yep. Yeah, sure was. Had
Yeah.
that for a little bit, but then I got an Xbox 360.
Yeah.
I only got one game for it, but that was
Ah.
Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
Oh
So that was,
yeah.
like, old school.
Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
That's
I mean,
for
I was
sure.
a Vice guy, Vice City. That
Oh,
was
okay,
my
yeah,
first
yeah.
Grand Theft Auto game that I ever
Right.
played. Yeah. So what was
Yep.
like your favorite thing to do when you played San Andreas?
I really like driving the cars as fast as you could,
Mm-hmm.
and then, but literally, you take a corner and boom, you ran into a telephone pole, and that's
Well,
it.
see, and that actually is adhering to what I understand. You actually are a bit of a driver yourself, correct,
I
Preston?
suppose, yes, sir.
Yeah. So what kind you drive professionally?
I haven't started driving professionally, but I
Okay.
do race around the track.
You race around the track, and
Race
what do
around the
you
track.
race? Cars?
So, I used to have an R6 until I crashed my R6.
What?
And then, a lady pulled out in front of me. It was actually on the street.
Oh, so you
But,
were street racing.
yeah, street riding. I was going to school. It was just a freak accident.
Okay.
Super silly, but nothing I could have done. 10 feet
Hey,
in
I
front
mean,
of me. pulled out in front
everyone
of
was
me.
okay, right? Like, no one was
Yeah,
hurt?
no, she was totally fine.
Okay.
But I was laid up for a little bit,
Oh, really?
but like good 6 to 8 months. But
Oh, wow.
after that,
What did you
it
end up
made me-
injuring?
So my hand was connected from my arm, and then I had an external fixture from there to there.
Wow.
Just kind of holding everything into place.
Oh, my gosh.
But since I'm young, I healed great.
That's
healed
awesome,
quick,
man. Hey.
and that's the best thing about it.
Well, I'm
And
happy you had a
back
speedy
riding now,
recovery. Yeah.
for sure. And
You know, that kind of feels like it's like a video game origin story in itself. Like
Yeah,
this man
exactly.
has like a bionic
Yeah,
arm,
yeah.
and he's just like, "Nah, I got this from a motorcycle accident." Yeah, I feel like that. Yeah.
Reaction.
Well, I'm happy that you're safe now, and
Thank
you
you.
know, but you're still racing then, huh?
Yep.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Cool.
Yeah, I
Got any
really
like
like
big
it.
races coming up?
I actually just got my feet into the dirt.
Really?
The dirt bikes. So
Dirt bikes.
I'm really learning how to fly.
Okay.
And with that being said,
Like-
you go off the ramp and you go straight up in there, but it's all about body movement.
Okay.
And if you brake tap, front end's gonna dive. A little bit of throttle brings it back up, but you gotta hit that ramp.
Wow.
Perfect.
Man.
So you just land it great. And
So it's like
ride it
hitting
out.
that right amount of
That
physics
right-
and
right.
right, just getting
Otherwise,
that
if you
perfect.
case it right up on the top, you'll get a little double bounce, and then you can't stop when you got to take a left-hand corner right into
You live
another
a
jump.
far more dangerous life than I do, Preston. That is wow. I could never. I couldn't do that. Like that's insane. Like I could never like just get behind. I mean, I actually always thought I was cool, and like I wanted like, oh, on my 25th birthday, I'm gonna like get myself a motorcycle.
Oh, sure.
That didn't happen.
It's
And
fun,
so,
though.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd definitely suggest it. Like,
What's your
it's-
recommendation for like a starter bike?
Like an actual honest to God starter bike would
Mm-hmm.
probably be like a good 300 cc's.
300 cc's.
Unless like if you knew like the clutch and the ins and outs.
Is there
of,
like a brand like Harley Davidson or like
you know, like,
Maserati,
I'm
Mitsubishi?
not one of
no?
those guys. with the Harleys.
Okay.
Harleys are more of like a big bagger type of bike.
Okay.
And I'm more of a sport bike guy myself.
Okay.
Like my bike weighs 412 pounds.
412
Harley
pounds.
would probably weigh like 600-700. So it's more just a lot more weight, a lot more CCs, but
Okay.
you're going a lot slower. But
Yeah.
definitely.
But so it's a good starter bike.
Exactly.
Okay.
No, you run into the corners and you can layer it down and
Yeah.
feel
Awesome,
right
man.
out
Awesome.
right after that.
What's the best game?
What's that? The best name?
Old school.
Oh, the best game?
Yeah.
I guess best game that I played would probably be GTA 5, just because like everything's so realistic and you're.
Best game?
My absolute favorite game is Kingdom Hearts 2. It's an RPG game, and it came out for the PlayStation 2. And I have been playing that game consistently until I could probably still play it now.
Okay, convince
really?
each other.
Okay.
You know, that game sounds super interesting. Like I really got into the RPGs, but I know GTA 5 does have RPGs.
It does really.
And
So it's got a little best of the both worlds. then.
exactly.
Okay, awesome.
So I mean, I can.
All right, so let me
definitely
ask
see
you this. So
getting
you've heard of Disney, am I right? You've heard of Disney?
Yep,
Okay,
I
so
sure
also
have.
you've heard of Final Fantasy.
Yep.
So this game is the combination of Disney and Final Fantasy. So
Okay.
this is the reason, this was like the selling point for Kingdom Hearts. It was absolutely phenomenal. This is like one of the biggest franchises of all time.
Really?
I mean, yeah, I'm a Disney fan myself. I'm a Final Fantasy guy, but like this, if you enjoy classic Disney films or Final Fantasy stories, then this is an actual immersion of those two, and it is flawlessly executed.
Collaged them right together.
Amazing. Yeah.
That's awesome.
So, okay, you literally get to fight alongside with Donald and Goofy.
Oh, no kidding.
Yes, like these are
Really?
characters that we grow up with and we
Right.
love and things like that, and yet you're fighting alongside like the evil villains and stuff
Bring
like
them
that.
to life.
This game is awesome. I don't know how they haven't made it into a movie yet. Like it's so much fun.
That's great.
I'm very passionate about it, as you can see.
Oh, I can definitely see.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I think I am now super passionate about that game too. And
Yeah.
I know hardly.
You
like,
got it. You
I
got
know
to
a
try
good
it, man.
gist about it now.
Yeah.
Just because like
yeah,
you
so now you know a little
influenced
bit about
me.
the story and things
Yeah.
like that. So yeah, I highly recommend. If you have a PlayStation 2, you have a PlayStation 2?
You know, I got a PlayStation. What is it? The
Three?
PS4.
That's fine. You can play it on that. You can play. It's back
Okay.
compatible.
Really?
Yep. Yes.
No kidding. That
No
is
joke
me.
at all.
Oh,
No
good
joke
deal.
at all. Yeah.
Well,
Preston, it was great to see you
yeah,
today,
it was
buddy.
Great meeting you.
All right.
Good deal.
How's it going, you guys? Mark Pontarelli here at GTV. Now, this is the very first annual EA Sports Draft. That means all of the investors and creators of any video game ever created has actually come here to pitch their ideas to be an esports game. Now, we have here the creator of Uno. So, can you tell me a little bit about your pitch and what you're going to be pitching to the producers?
Well, I'm glad you asked. Well, Uno happens to be my all-time favorite game as a kid. So, since I was a little kid, my parents couldn't afford really any games. So that was the only thing that I can play. From the age of 5, I always just, that was Uno all the time. I competed with my parents, my siblings, and as an adult, I just became a master at it. It just became that thing.
Amazing. That absolutely. So now, out of your family, who would you say is actually the best at Uno?
Numero uno. You're looking at it.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Okay.
Absolutely.
And do your siblings ever cheat?
They try. Because, anything to try to beat the master, but it's always a fail.
Now, will you also be implementing a new rule of Uno with not the +4, but the +5 card?
We're at +10. We're at the +10
You
card.
heard of those?
Yes.
+10. Uno's about to get dangerous. All right, we're wrapping this up now, and I'm Mark at EA Sports.
Thank you.
Back to you.
Three, two, one. Hi there, I'm Vagabond, JJ Gatesman IRL, and I'm really excited to bring to you, we have a really special interview with the designer from The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2. This is one of my favorite games, so I'm stoked to be able to talk about it with Mark here. So Mark, what was your major process for this? The game's a lot about discovery, about childhood wonderment. Did any of those themes speak to you when you were creating the game?
Yes, I made the trees.
The trees there, and you can climb the trees in the game, which is particularly awesome. In fact, you can climb everything in Breath of the Wild 2, which makes any part of the environment explorable. I know that really speaks to me. I climbed a lot of trees when I was a young kid. Anything special about these trees that you brought to this particular iteration of Legend of Zelda?
Yes, on trees, there are apples. And you climb tree, and you obtain apple, and you eat the apple.
That's, yeah, not only can you eat the apple, but you can cook the apple, and you can cook the apple in all sorts of different recipes throughout the game. The cooking is a major part, one of the major mechanisms of the game, and I was wondering if, did you, any of that speak to you? You got a favorite recipe from Breath of the Wild 2?
I like apple trees. That was my inspiration.
JJ, we're holding on an awkward cushion.
Awesome. So we're going to hold here for just a second, and I really want to focus on the environment, the stoicism of this man, Mark, the game designer here, as we are as he focuses on his apple concept for Breath of the Wild 2. So I'm going to toss